everybody. The location of Vinland, as mentioned in the Viking sagas, has been a point of debate for a long time. And I'm going to lay the debate to rest in this video by proposing that Vinland, or the land of grapes, is in fact eastern New Brunswick, Canada. Now, the most compelling piece of evidence that supports this theory is that eastern New Brunswick is the northern range for the butternut, whose fruit and wood was found in the Meadows settlement on the northern tip of Newfoundland. And Meadows dates from 1000 AD. However, butternut does not grow on Newfoundland, and neither do grapes. And in New Brunswick, Canada, both of those things grows, and it's a short hop over, relatively speaking, for the Vikings with their ocean navigation ability. That's the closest hop to discover these plants. And New Brunswick, Canada is also defined by wide, expansive beaches, as mentioned in the sagas of Eric the Red in particular. Now, Greenland was settled by Eric the Red in 985, and the Greenland settlements, the east settlement on the southern shore of Greenland and the western settlement, date all the way to the mid-15th century, at which time these settlements were abandoned. However, the records show that the Norse had contact and traded with the Dorset people, who brought soapstone and chert. The Dorset and the Thule tribes, native peoples, traded these materials with the Norse. And scholars are in agreement that the forested markland, as mentioned in the Norse sagas, corresponds to southern Labrador, as shown here on the map. Theories abound that Vinland is Cape Cod, or Rhode Island, or even Maine. However, that's a pretty specious proposition, given the proximity again to New Brunswick, and the fact that no artifacts have been found, no Norse or Viking artifacts have been found south of Meadows in Newfoundland. So this really does lend to the case that the closest location for finding butternut and grapes would be New Brunswick. Now, the only artifact south of Meadows is what's known as the Maine Penny, which is a Norwegian coin. It's known as the Olaf Kyrre coin, which is the king that reigned during the time. And this coin was minted between 1065 and 1080 AD, which correlates with some of the first settlements of Greenland, and just slightly after the settlement of Meadows in Newfoundland. Now, at this site in Brooklin, Maine, and down east Maine, known as the Goddard Site, there has also been unearthed Ramah chert from the northern Labrador region. Again, this would be associated with the Dorset native tribes, this chert, used for arrowheads and other stone tools. Now, the fact that this Ramah chert has been found in Maine archaeological sites, where this coin was also found, really lends to the fact that native tribes were doing trade with each other over great distances. It's very plausible that this Norse coin could have fallen into the hands of the Dorset or Thule people, who in turn traded with tribes to the south. And this is reinforced given that the main site has this chert from Labrador. So it's very possible this coin was traded down southward, and that's how it arrived in Maine, not that the Vikings settled or set afoot on the shores of Maine. Now this Maine penny, or the Olaf Kyrre coin, is owned by the Maine State Museum. However, there's precious little information provided by the Maine State Museum, curiously enough. Instead, you can find a lot of resources listed in the description from the Smithsonian Institution, among links to other articles. So please check that down below for reading about this topic on your own. There has been some controversy surrounding this Maine penny in that it may have been planted by someone at the site. However, I find this not a likely scenario, given that the coin had a hole through it originally. It was to be worn as a pendant, which is very common with older coins. Even colonial coins would have holes drilled in them to be worn around the neck so they wouldn't get lost. And shortly after the coin was discovered, that hole in the pendant disintegrated. And that would tell me that the coin was probably genuine, and it does, the date of the coin does date within the potential trade period for that Dorset chert. So the dates really seem to add up there, and given that and how the pendant hole corroded almost immediately after being discovered, tells me that that's probably a reliable find there in that Goddard site in Maine. Thanks so much for watching. Please hit that like button, and it would be great to have you on board as a sub to my channel if you're not already on board. If you are, thanks a lot for being along for the ride. Having a lot of fun doing this research, and we'll see you real soon. Thanks for watching.